Hey, talk about falling down a rabbit hole. It gets when the summer approaches, it gets dark, like late, like it's it's 8:30 and it's still not dark. And like I've been working like a mad dog since I sat down at my desk, did museum work all day, and then been writing a book cover, a book proposal, which I had in draft form for my tarot cards. Um, uh, all evening long or all afternoon long, and just like suddenly realized, oh my gosh, day is over. I need to eat. I need to pee. And I haven't done that little thing. Anyway, enough about that. Today's topic is silence. I said I was going to try to go through themes and how I work with things in improv, but primarily in composition, and silence is a really good one. I know that's a big topic. Everybody thinks of silence in contemporary music, especially experimental music. They connect it to John Cage because he wrote 4 minutes and 33 seconds. In fact, 4 minutes and 33 seconds, even though John Cage himself, I believe, called it the silent piece, is not about silence. It was a chance procedure piece where he was trying to determine how much playing on the keys would be juxtaposed against rest. It is in fact musical rest. It just so happens that the premiere performance in Woodstock, during that 4 minutes and 33 seconds, divided into 3 movements with a stopwatch to determine the movements, and opening and closing the lid of the piano keys to signify to the audience that the movements have changed. There was a thunderstorm going on, and so that's it, how it kind of got its reputation as an environmental piece, and the audience is listening, and then this whole thing about silence evolved. And John Cage was also a very active Buddhist, or pursued Buddhist philosophy. The Buddhist philosophy around silence is connected to space, and it is about emptiness. It is about nothing. So it's about the vessel, and the Taoist. There's a Taoist verse, which is I don't remember the verse. It's in the Tao Te Ching. Miserable pronunciation, forgive me, but it says the vessel is only useful because of the space inside. All of the Buddhist orientation is toward emptiness and nothing. That is not where I am coming from in my use of silence. Not at all. I know, drives people crazy. I don't mind being aligned or compared to John Cage because he did a lot to work with that. Morton Feldman did an equal amount. Pauline Oliveros also espoused it. My interest in silence is energy. It creates tension. Silence is immensely powerful. And a very good friend of mine once commented about one of my pieces that the silence is as important as the notes that come before and after, right? And it's very true. I write silences. I compose silences. Lucky Moscow, my close friend and mentor, used to say, well, when you're composing, you might get to a point and you might think, whew, that was a day's work, or, and you might feel that, whew, so put it in the music. So that comes about as rest or silence. But that still implies nothing. And that's not exactly how I use it. I try to use silence to create tension that says something is about to happen. For instance, if I were to, like every pause in this conversation, right? Right there, that silence is imbued with meaning. You don't know what I'm going to say next, but the tension is so powerful. If I repeat myself, and repeat myself, and repeat myself with silence in between, the silence connects those repetitions. If you listen to my piece Bhajan, I use silence quite a lot in the third movement very particularly. Sorry, yeah, third movement, where I have what I call micro compositions. It's the same idea, repeated in variation, I think 32 times or something. It's all connected to Hinduism. The whole piece is connected to Hinduism. So what you get are these silences that become very energetic places of rest for the listener as well as the performer. Those silences are indeterminate. That's what makes them so powerful, is the indeterminacy. In the fourth movement, there is also silence, but it is filled with the tail endings, the reverberation of sound. And that came about, I had written it with Robin playing it. We played it at a certain clip, and I think our recording came out at 8 minutes, and then she performed it that evening. Right after the recording, she performed the fourth movement, or section, they're not really movements, in sort of a salon setting to celebrate the recording, the completion of the recording. And she got into it, and we discussed how the breath dictates these silences and dictates the phrasing of the music, because the actual written music has no phrasing in it whatsoever. It's left to the performer to create on the spot based on their breath pattern, right? And she took these silences, these spaces in between phrases, so liberally that she actually at one point put her bow down and just stood there and waited. And you know what? Nobody flinched. Even me, I was right there like, I can't believe this is happening. We're just going to sit here. Now, testament to this, a few years before that, I had been in the Czech Republic at the Janáček Academy, and I had premiered Songs of the Thirsty Sword, where the first movement has these big gaps of pause or silence in them. And I had composed them as meditation for myself because I'm such a crappy performer. I'm not a crappy performer. I don't do justice to myself. Nervous performer is a better term, but still not exact. The only way to perform that piece is to submerge yourself in the moment of meditation that the silence provides and drag the audience, the listeners with you, and they will follow. And when you have an entire room sitting there like that together, that is powerful. That is energy. So silence is energy. Now, I have talked for 8 minutes, and I really intend this to be a 10-minute clip. So I'm going to improvise for you and hopefully integrate some silence. Now I'm cheating a little bit because I'm going to play electric piano, and because it has tail, you know, the notes can drift. So it's not going to be real silence. It's going to be more like pause. Okay? We'll see what happens. I haven't improvised on electric piano in a while, but I really love the sound, and it carries me. So here we go. Okay. Just needed to check. that's what I got. I might mess around more with the electric piano. I love that sound. I mean, there's a nice 70s warmth to it. Come up with a better patch than that for next time, but I was kind of rushing to get this out before tomorrow. So I hope that was enjoyable. Lots of me talking, less of me playing. You know, I'd actually like to get these clips down to 5 minutes, but if you know me, you know that no shortage of words here. Not usually. Next time.